You're watching Transparent and Transformation Tuesday with EME. I am Alexis K. I'm your host on Tuesdays, and you all know the saying, we like to let a little light in on Tuesday, because when we let the light in that God has, it shines lights on places that we need a little work, places that we need to give to Him, and it shines some light on what it is that we need to work towards redirecting in our life. So we've been talking about the fruits of the Spirit. Last week was love, and this week is joy. And I have to start off by saying that definitions are so important, and what I have learned this year myself is that the definition of joy is very basic, but in the spiritual world, it is so much more. We think of joy as, pleasure and the thing that makes you happy. But in the spiritual world, it talks about joy really deriving from rejoicing, fullness, goodness. Joy is an inner gladness. And I'm so thankful to God that we are given joy as a fruit of the Spirit that we can produce in ourselves, because oftentimes life is hard. It doesn't always have these highlighted moments, the God on the mountain moments. Life can be very, very hard. Sometimes it can be stressful. Sometimes it almost feels like, once one thing is cleared, something else has come along. And if joy was only something that we could produce on our own, the truth would be that we couldn't. Just with all the things that go on, the way we change our minds, the way we have different decisions to make that burden us. But God gives us His Spirit within us that is joy. And I am so thankful for that, because it's hard to come by true joy. It is very hard. I love that God gives us Philippians and tells us the things to work towards thinking about as we travel, as soldiers in the army of God, that if we think about what is good and what is pure and what is true, even in the midst of life being hard, then we will find joy. And I have to say that that's something in my life that I continue to work on, to always be able to see joy in the midst of all things. Joy in the spiritual realm is all about being able to think back and reflect on and know that the salvation that God has given us, and being able to commune with God and just being a part of the splendor of God, is where we can continue to derive this joy from. That just being a child of God, just knowing God, just watching Him move and work and expecting it, can be a way in which we are always with joy and less without it. And that is a special blessing for me. I pray that it is a special blessing for you. And I wanted to leave you all with Romans 15:13 that says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope." I pray that God continues to fill you with His joy, and that you receive that joy, because along with it comes this beautiful peace. And I pray that you are able to have more and more and more joy in your life as you continue to think on your salvation. The more you think on where God has brought you from, and the more you think on how much God has more for you to do and more for Him to show you. God bless you. I love you, and I'll see you soon.